saloons, the almost standard class of saloons, and we've got indeed a team of 4 heroes over from Scotland, the Scottish sports car team, and indeed one of those on the front row of the grid, Graham McCallum, on the right-hand side of the picture. But on pole position, it's Maurice Mitten, and this is very much a special saloon. Number 44 there on the left of your screen, a very lightweight saloon indeed, with a Ford 1600cc engine. It's what they call silhouette racing, and in other words, all you've got to do is keep it the same. Then we've got John Wood on the second row of the grid going very quickly in his Toyota, but it's Graham McCallum. Graham McCallum who leads, Maurice Mitten going round the outside of him as they go into Tetris for the first time. It's Maurice Mitten from Graham McCallum, and then I think coming right up through the grid, George Crozier, but Mitten gets it down the inside. George Crozier in the Metro, the new Maguire bodied Metro, and he's going very quickly. He's going for second place. Mitten already with a commanding lead as they come into Fisherman's for the first time. There's Crozier into second. McCallum still holding on in third in the Porsche 911, and then another one of the special saloons coming up there in the Exide battery car. That's Richard Baird, number 56. So it's Mitten, and already I'm afraid one of the production saloon cars is retired, but there is no doubt about the leader, Maurice Mitten, a man who came out of retirement last year, raced production saloons for a year, and now has gone up into these very special lightweight jobs, with George Crozier on his first outing in his Metro, again with a 1600 Ford engine in it, in second place. There he is in picture, wings and all, Arnie.
Yes, these are very much a specialised car, Alan. They're little tiny flat bottom sort of sports racing cars with fiberglass tops that look like saloon cars on them, and I can tell you they're very, very quick. They handle actually really very well. They're obviously pretty wide, low-slung cars. They're very quick. I think actually it's amazing that the standard 911 is actually on the same lap as these cars at this stage. I know he's dropping back, but he's really going extremely well. Lovely car for the road.
Well, George Crozier, the Fermanagh garageman, now really putting the pressure on Maurice Mitten, and this is a very interesting situation indeed. Crozier was GT champion at Mondello in 1984. He was second last year, and now he's going to give us quite a bit of a race here.
George Crozier is one of the...
Brendan O'Mahony, I'm afraid, has spun off, and the back suspension looks to be a little bit too far up in the car. That's again one of the very special Hillman imps built by David Hall. That's hence the name of the car, but Brendan O'Mahony, Dublin solicitor. But it seems to be having a go again, and back on the course.
George Crozier, if anything now, is really starting to close up. In fact, he's doing very well. He's coming in. This is the first time he's really had a go in this car. George is one of the best mini drivers you're going to find anywhere. He's really closing up as they go down into the chicane, passing the stricken O'Mahony, who's limping along at the moment. And as they come through here, he is very close. He's right on the tail of Mitten now as he comes out onto the back straight. Can he get any closer on the straight, or has the imp got the legs of...
And Brendan O'Mahony has decided to tuck in behind these three and join in the fun, albeit a lap down. Oh, and there I'm afraid is one of our Scottish visitors. They're 135 Alan McGregor in the more standard of the two Lotus 7s with the 1600 pushrod in it. And look at O'Mahony just passing the very standard Metro, which was in the background, belonging to Fabian Ferretti. There he is. That's a new class of racing that is starting here at Kirkistown for very standard Metros up to 1300cc. It's going to be very cheap form of racing, and Fabian is actually the first man to venture out.
Oh, Mitten's right round. A lovely neat spin. That's let Joe Crozier into the lead. And can he keep it going, or has he stalled it? Oh, he's letting Crozier get away. O'Mahony in the background as they come up. Yellow flag still going on his way. He's kept the engine going. Now he'll really have to pull the finger out to see if he can catch George Crozier. This could add real interest to this, guys.
And here's the whole gaggle of stuff ahead of him now. We can see the Fiat of Brian Much there, the red Fiat in the middle of all that, a well-known rally man. Marie Maloney in the little Opel Kadett, and he's got quite a problem on his hands because he's got to get through all these. Turley there in the Alpha Sprint. He's already got past the Dutton. And he's just swallowing them up. almost as if they weren't there. Greg Turley, the Dubliner in the Alpha Sprint, was the last one on his shopping list, and it's 5.13 seconds now. So in fact, there's Marie Maloney, again, a young lady from Dungarvan, who has won the ladies' prize on the Circuit of Ireland on a number of occasions. In the dealer local team Ireland little motor car. And coming up past another one of the special imps there, Richard Baird, who leads the GT Championship at the moment, but seems to be a bit sick of going very slowly.
And in fact, Plum, I said earlier on that the Metro was front-wheel drive, but I think I can see a gearbox sticking out of the back of that one. I think it's probably a rear-wheel drive. Oh, Mahoney round again.
Off again, but there's the real interest, because number 44 is in the middle of all that traffic, Maurice Mitten, and he's closing rapidly on the leader. So he has used the traffic very well. Now, we've got the little Metro being lapped again by Maurice Mitten. Ian Gardner, incidentally, now up into third place in the Peugeot GTI. Quite an incredible performance. But Maurice Mitten, and there you can see first and second in picture. They're right together on the road. There are 8 laps completed of this 12-lap race, and it's going to be a real corker.
George Crozier again losing more time to Maurice Mitten as they go over the start and finish. Maurice really getting the hang of this little imp now as they go down through Deaders again. Really trying now. I think he was maybe trying too hard on cold tires at the start. You can see the Metro with his big beefy back tires, putting all the power down through that. He comes through Colonial 1 into Colonial 2. Mitten really throwing the stiletto about, really enjoying himself as he come down towards Fisherman's. Here's another back marker. They'll catch us. They come up towards the chicane. Another one of the Opals. Now, can Crozier get in before it? He can. Neatly into the chicane in front of it, blocking Mitten behind it perhaps. Yes, Mitten trapped behind the other car as they come out of the chicane now. Morris has got a clear run down to the chicane, but that didn't help.
And it's an absolutely cracker dice up front. Mitten keeping the pressure on George Crozier, and incidentally they're not too far on the road behind the battle for third place, because the Porsche, which is in fourth at the moment, is just ahead of them. There you can see it, and just ahead of that again is the Peugeot 205 GTI.
Yes, more back markers for George to worry about. He'll be catching this lot as they come down to Colonial 1. This is going to be very awkward for him. He's going to have to find a way through and not let Maurice Mitten catch him under braking. If he gets trapped at all, he is going to be in trouble, and Maurice Mitten has closed right up on him as they get through Colonial 1, but Maurice has got trapped behind the Porsche.
That could be the end of it, because this is the last lap. Maurice Mitten's got to go round the Porsche, out into Fisherman's, and really he's left himself an awful lot of work to do. There's the little Peugeot in third place, and the Porsche goes off. The Porsche goes off in fourth place. Oh, tremendous stuff. Yeah. George Crozier now holding on down the straight for the last time. And there's Mitten in second place. They've lapped third place man Ian Gardner.
And can Morris do it all under braking? It's an awful lot. It's almost too much. But he only needs the slightest chance or the slightest slip from George as they run up towards the line. The imp has been quicker out of here. He's steaming up behind him now, closing all the time as he comes towards the line. But George Crozier has it well in hand as he goes over the line.
The excitement sustained right up to the line.